Hi, my name is Will Horton, and this is Shintoism, this is Shintoism, Week 3 Doctrines and Beliefs. Hope you enjoy. So, origins. Shintoism originated in Japan, and it goes back to the 6th century BCE or before Common Era. Now, for founder, that's a big question mark in Shintoism. There is no known founder for Shintoism, and it doesn't look like there will ever be. So, for doctrines, the only thing that I could really find was the way of the kamis, which is actually the meaning of Shintoism, the way of gods. It means to follow the way of kami, since you are descendant of kami as human, and you follow their way, and then in return you will become a kami. So belief. Who is kami? Kami is God. Kami is nature. Kami is the river. Kami is the mountain. Kami is all around us, and kami is what is good. And kami can be a dead spirit of a person or anything else. So what does kami do? So kami can help us out in other ways, like being a senator or anything like that, or it could be a force of nature, or it could bring us to new eras or anything like that. So what is kami like? So like I said earlier, kami is like everything. It's a stone, it's a human, it's a dead person, it's a ghost, it's everything. Kami is good. And who is man? So man is a descendant of Kami and a divine being, since it shares Kami's blood, and therefore wants to become Kami. And it is said that many men do become Kami after their passing. So what is good? So good is the basis of everything in Shintoism. Good, you are good, and you are born good, and you will be good. But evil is brought from outside forces and is brought in and taints you and taints other things. And evil is brought by the evil forces from outside of Earth. Which brings me into my next question: is Earth good? And Earth is very good. The Kami's habitate live on Earth, and they share it as their living place, the way they breathe, everything. Earth is everything to Kami, so therefore Kami and man fight the evil forces and restrain them and do other stuff like that, like in all the legends. So eschatology, sorry if I mispronounce it. So what Shinto lacks? So it lacks an eschatology, and for that in the new generations after World War II, something was formed. It's called New Religion and New Religion. So the new religion and the new religions, they were brought over by the newer generations with a mix of Buddhism, Taoism, and Shintoism. They brought in an eschatology and brought into question if Shintoism should be the state religion of Japan, and brought in further problems. But Shintoism still coexisted with Buddhism and Taoism and a bunch of other stuff as it stayed in contact, because now it's viewed as a way of life, not really, it's a religion, sorry, but they view it more as a way of life and an attribute that people have. So variations. So there's schools and sects. There's hundreds, if not thousands, of schools and sects, and they each have some have differentiations. Some are small, some are big. It just varies, but common similarities that I found in a bunch of them were that it's heavily influenced by Chinese Confucianism, and a lot of them have changed through time. For example, some stuff that you could have done in some schools and sects that you could have joined back then were changed with laws enacted and other stuff formed, where the trials that you would do to get into school or some of the places that they were just inducted as sacred places and that people couldn't visit them anymore, or the trials that they had were banned, or other stuff of the like. So this is my colorful slide. This is my art and architecture. So poems. Poems are heavily influenced in Shintoism. What I found is that a lot of the poets believed that poems were made in the era of gods by the gods, and therefore, in turn, they wanted to write poems in a divine way to show the gods and tell the story of the gods. And they succeeded in a lot of that way, to where many of them were held high as divine, and their poems inspired many. And what I liked about that is they were heavily influenced by Shintoism, and they looked at Buddhist poems too, and they did a lot of the similarities, but they heavily separated that they were Shinto poems. So artwork. What I found was that what I like to split as was the Muromachi era was what I saw was a big turning point to where they introduced the black ink artwork that you see and scriptures and other stuff, and that's commonly associated with Eastern religions in China and Japan. And before that, it was mainly statues, but after that was mainly more intricate and artwork, like paintings, from what I found from my source. And now let me talk about architecture. So, architecture in Shintoism is different. They like to have a very close way with the nature. This is a crossing point, and this is one of the most primal, first Shinto buildings. You could see that it's very kind of worn down, but it's very special to the people, and to me, it's nice. It brings a simplistic, beautiful feel, and this is Shintoism when it was influenced by Buddhism. This is what happened after, and the look that it gave from Shintoism. And this right here is a common layout. It goes from the entrance shrine to the stairs up to the passageway. To this is the washing station where you cleanse yourself, and these are the lamps, and it goes on and on to different buildings and different types of things that you can visit through there. So all three of these, to me, heavily influence Shintoism and lead people into beliefs because they tell story. Each one of them tells a story, and each one of them shows something more that you can see. And once you go there, it brings you in depth to the religion, and it shows you new ways, and it can bring you in depth and see what Shintoism holds. So, thank you. That is the end of my slides. It went by quicker than I thought. I hope you enjoyed. My name is Will Horton again, and here are my sources. I'll leave a link to my slide in the comments. In the description of my video, so you can click on the link and see my links, and click on them and go to see my sources. Thank you again. Goodbye.